Anfield Wrap post-match pint after Wolves 2, Liverpool 1. I'm Neil Docking here with Kev Reilly and Adam Melia and the engineer to talk about a huge missed opportunity for the Reds. A win tonight could have seen them move up level on points with Manchester United and Aston Villa. But yet again, it's a game where Liverpool have somehow conspired to not only drop 2 points, but to end up dropping all three. Late on, in the closing stages, got an opportunity to go and get the winner, and instead they're the ones that concede the killer goal.
Yeah, it's really hard to believe, to be fair. I felt quite calm I felt calm leading up to it. I felt calm during the first half. But what we were watching wasn't good enough, Neil. I thought that, you sort of accept the reality of us not being as good as we expect to be. But should we? You know what I mean? I think that first half is nowhere near the standard we should be at.
Such sterile possession.
It was really sterile, and I thought that, I texted my dad and said, we'll score off a corner. The corner delivery was poor, but I think we should be expecting more. You know what I mean? This is obviously they've improved recently, but this is the team that's the bottom of the league, and I thought Liverpool had plenty of the ball in that first half and enough to create and didn't. And really, that's the game springs to life on 80 minutes, and at which point it's chaos, and we end up on the wrong side of it. But I think that there's bags of time, and there's bags of possession in areas where you think, okay, this is where we create, and I'm not seeing anything from the midfield. McAllister, Szoboszlai in the first half, Jones in the second half, and our attackers. I can't really name anything from open play particularly where I thought, okay, this is how we're trying to score a goal. So I feel like it's one of them where what we should be expecting isn't good enough, and then events happen, and the events are an absolute kick in the teeth, which we've seen time and time again. We'll get on to talk about how it transpires, but Wolves score from their first shot, I think. What can you say? It's absolutely not good enough in terms of how the whole game goes, and then the events.
Yeah, certainly. Once again, Liverpool ended up at the end in an end-to-end basketball game, desperately trying to rescue something, salvage something. But going into the second half, still dominant for long periods. And then both Wolves' goals are error-laden from a Liverpool point of view.
Yeah, it's getting really boring, isn't it, to talk about the same thing happening over and over and over. And I don't just mean losing games of football against teams that we should be beating. I mean the manner in which it happens. Absolute head loss after a sustained period of not really doing much. I mean, as Adam says, the corners blew my mind. The balls to the man on the first post, that didn't make any sense. There's one that Salah puts in that's really decent, and nobody's there in the second half. I'm getting really bored with the wrestling in the box as well. It's doing my head in. The ref had nothing to do with it, but he has an absolute fucking shocker. Like half the decisions, there's no consistency there. Everything just seemed to play into Wolves' hands there. I thought that Rob Edwards played the game really well. Obviously, with one eye on Friday, makes all those substitutions, but they're not sort of headless chicken substitutions. They're made at the right time, and they're the right time to sort of break up play, and they're the right tactical changes to.
The big man wins everything when he comes on.
Yeah,
doesn't he?
He's incredible, and gives Verge a real fucking headache there as well, which I don't think he's expecting. Which leads me on to my point of, they've just come off the back of two really good results there, so it's something that they do need to expect. I heard a show recently, and someone was saying, it might have been Adam actually, someone was saying we can't go into games without Weerts and thinking, oh well, we've not got Weerts, and not really have a plan for it. And it's kind of systematic in that we've gone into this game without any sort of plan of how to break down Wolves, who are not very good at football this year, as proven by where they are in the table. The situation with the wingers just has me scratching my head. It's just such a terrible game for us out wide, and I feel like that's where all the opportunities should have been, is out wide. And I don't just mean our wingers, I mean our fullbacks as well. It's just a shocking game all round, really.
YouTube Press the button, become a member of the Anfield Wrap from the heart of the city of Liverpool. The best way to enjoy all your Liverpool-based videos, everything you need, every single day. It is the Anfield Wrap.